Welcome to the final video in a series of videos in which we've been exploring the creation of the new middle mile networks that have been enabled by the funding from the Infrastructure and Investment Jobs Act. In this session, I'm joined by Angela Finn, Cisco's Global Director for Routing and Optical, and she will be exploring some of the technological innovations that are transforming the economics of the internet and providing us with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to close the digital divide. So Angela, welcome to the session.
Thank you. Great to be here.
And maybe we can start by looking at existing middle mile networks and what are some of the challenges that operators face in providing an affordable and available broadband service?
Absolutely. So current broadband networks are not optimized for the delivery of bandwidth at scale. So they have separate and siloed routing and optical layers that require large volumes of transponders, chassis commons, optics, and fiber jumpers to transmit the traffic between these layers, which also adds associated software releases and upgrades to maintain and fund. The layers also have overlapping and redundant resiliency that requires separate management systems. So all these issues add both capital and operational costs to the network, and hence limit both broadband affordability, availability, and time to market. At the end of the day, current networks are too complex. Network complexity increases capital and operational costs, slows service delivery, inhibits innovation, and reduces network reliability. A complex network will struggle to deliver bandwidth at scale. I continue to be so proud of Cisco's stance on open networking. Open means open, and we mean it. Let's also cheer for simplicity. Simple means simple.
Got it. Openness, simplicity, and reducing costs. Powerful messages that we need to overcome those challenges. And maybe you can provide some insight in some of the technological innovation that's coming from Cisco to solve these challenges.
Yes, absolutely. So Cisco's innovation in routed optical networking is transforming the economics of the internet by simplifying the network to drive higher scale at lower cost. The routed optical networking solution works by merging the routing and optical layers into a single IP network where coherent pluggables are placed in existing routers and switching and bandwidth delivery is done at layer 3. There are 5 key reasons why the routed optical networking architecture reduces the cost of the middle mile networks, and here's the 2-minute drill on it. 1, it requires fewer components. Routed optical networking reduces the need for expensive transponders and associated equipment in the network, and fewer components reduces power usage, hardware footprint, and hardware costs, as well as relief from those extended supply chain issues we're all dealing with. 2, it simplifies the network. The convergence of IP and optical layers leads to simplified planning, design, activation, management, troubleshooting, and resolution and protection of network services, along with a better use of spectrum. And 3, the network is automated. Combining routed optical networking with automation reduces errors, improves resiliency, simplifies repair, and accelerates time to service. These capabilities include services like private line emulation, which further reduce the need for legacy optical systems. And 4, routed optical networking evolves more gracefully than a legacy tiered network model. As routers drive the need for more capacity, routed optical networking reduces the complexity and time required to develop and integrate new and improved coherent options, innovation, and functionality into the network. And finally, 5, our routed optical networking architecture is built on 2 major Cisco innovations in silicon. On the router side, Silicon One ASIC provides unparalleled performance, programmability, flexibility, and efficiency in lowering the cost of the internet. And on the optics, Acacia, part of Cisco, provides advances in silicon photonics and silicon that allow us to create the pluggable optic.
5 powerful reasons there. Have you been able to quantify the benefits that this would provide the operators?
Yes, absolutely. Our customers are adopting the solution around the world, and independent research has quantified the solution providing reduced capital costs of 35%, reduced operational costs of 57% when compared to traditional networking architectures. This leads to a reduction in the total cost of ownership of over 45% 5% and provides a sustainable broadband solution benefiting our communities and our planet, powering an inclusive future for all.
Thank you, Angela. And my takeaway is it's a really exciting time. What we're seeing at the moment is new funding. We're seeing new business partnerships between service providers and public sector agencies. And we've got these technological innovations providing us with the tools, really first time in our lives, to close the digital divide and provide that inclusive future for all. Thank you so much for sharing your insights today.
Absolutely. Thank you.